Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to PCM22. This is Classics Puncher episode 51. We are at the European Championships. The team wants me to finish with the top three. I do have a +4 race day condition, which is 1 point better than the +3 that I was expecting for this one. So that's all good. I have team support today from Deutschland, from the German national team, and yeah, it's not my normal guys. Liking our setup for this one. Also, it is going to be a day on the cobbles, at least to an extent. Let's find out what is that extent, because Dainese, who is not a cobbled rider, is still the favorite for this race with his absurd flat and sprint ratings. And yeah, we got a 1-star sector. Okay. Map doesn't want to function, doesn't want to show me what we've got, but from the looks of it, it's not much of a loop that we're heading out on, and that it very well could be the same cobbled sector over and over again. And at 1 star, you figure, yeah, it's going to come down to a sprint. So Dainese, the favorite, Wout van Aert, probably second favorite, as he's the best hybrid, and I'll be lucky to crack the top 5. But with team support, I think that top 5 should be possible. But beating those couple of riders anyway is going to be really hard. I do have a 79.85 in the sprint department, 83 on the flat, 84 on the cobble, 86 on the stamina. I mean, that looks fantastic, but a 79 sprint is still nowhere near what Dainese has, and he's probably got fit his peak objective, blah blah blah, etc., etc. The guy never seems to have a off day. Approaching that first cobbled sector, and sure enough, it's 1 star and only 700 meters. It is a skinny section of road. Leading up to it is a skinny section of road. Coming out of it is definitely not the widest of roads, and pretty technical. So from that, I think our best shot is the fact that it's tight and technical. With some team support, with a really good lead out. Maybe. 3-man break, 3.5 minutes now. It was at 4, so we're already starting to pull them back. 110K, and it appears to just be 1 sector. No sign of any additional sectors. That's it. That's what you got. And with 44K to go, this is where finally things are starting to turn up a level. The racing has not been difficult this whole time, even though, yes, we are pulling back the breakaway 3, but they are definitely not putting up a tempo that suggests they were a threat in the slightest. And we are finally starting to see a lot of riders feel the effort that they're having to put in right now, and for me, that's excellent. I need more of that, a lot more of that. So I think before long here, much earlier than normal, we are going to try to get our team into a train and forcing the issue to try to hurt these sprinters around us. Steimler was the guy who was on the front for many kilometers, which I don't understand. Right? We're barely maybe 5th or 6th in favorites, maybe 7th in favorites, and we were the nation doing all the work. 23K. I think as soon as we come out of this one, it's time. We're seeing a little acceleration here. A lot of riders coming forward. 21K. Like I said, we want to do this earlier than normal, but the good news is, look, I've got some teammates that are emerging at the front. All 132 are together. Obviously, we're going to set myself up for the sprint, but what do I have for support? Pollitt. So the good news here is that literally everyone on the team but myself are really feeling the effort that we've made. So I'm hoping that anyone outside of, Rutsch has a 79 flat rating today, and yet he's feeling it big time. I'm really hoping that some of these sprinters, Dainese is hopefully feeling it. It's our only real chance. But again, as early as we're going, we can only push so hard. So Rutsch, turn up a little bit more now that we're down inside 16K. This is where we would normally be coming up and making things happen. Mohoric also pushing. He's trying to attack. Can't even get off the front. It's too late for that now. Okay. We're going to push on with our next guy, and 99 through here. Only 2 of these left. We got to really put our foot down in the 1-star sectors as best we can, and we've seen a split in the field that now has just 35 at the front. And others falling off, so the cobbles have done something for us. Not much, but they've done something. Kamna's done, Shockman is done onto Hajduk, and that's a little bit worrying with just 9K left that we can only push so hard here. Yeah, riders are falling off the back, not regaining contact, so this is good. But again, how much damage have we done to the other sprinters? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to check. 6K to go. Down to my last 3 guys out in front of me, and the guys behind, like Rutsch, are about to fall off. I'm just hanging on, but they are really just there to break toe anyway. 5K. Let's go and gel up. And Hajduk is done. On to Walshide. It's already my penultimate guy. I would not want him taken over until about 3K, so this is a little early on that. Right through the team car. Okay, 2K to go. We're on the Pollitt, which of course he's got really good pace, so this is good. Use the transcend, and now 1.6, he can start his sprint. And starting my sprint on the exit. It's technical. Come on, come on. Let's go. Let's go. Yes! We held off Dainese. My future teammate, by the way. Quick Step. He rides with Quick Step. And he has extended. And of course, the rules, which we are ending at the end of the season, the rules would be we go to the top team that pops up, and that is Quick Step. We built relations with Quick Step. We are waiting for an offer from Quick Step. We do have one, a renewal from Bora Hansgrohe, but we're not accepting that. It would be the Quick Step team that we would be headed to next season. And I got the right lead out from Pollitt. Cobbles, semi-capable as a sprinter. And we held off Dainese. Told you, skinny road, being out ahead, making it tough was going to be the way, and it actually worked. European champion, yes. It's a great way to go out. And there you go, Quick Step have come in with the offer. It's for 98,000, which is about not quite double what we were making this previous year. And of course, Dainese as the strongman, Alaphilippe and Asgreen are who we would be going to join. Now, it's a very capable team, a number of very strong riders, and I think we would be, technically, we'd be bumping ourselves down. We wouldn't be a leader. We can't hardly get the leader role at Bora. How are we going to get it at, Quick-Step? We're in Hamburg at the Bremer Classic, so this is a home race for my rider, and I actually have team support. A rare feat indeed, and a little surprising because Koij is here, and Koij is easily one of the couple favorites to win this race, and yet the team's riding for me. Maybe it's the form, maybe it's that European Championship that I just picked up, but they are riding for me. Now, Koij is ill, but he does still have a +1 race day condition, so he's got 81s for his sprint. He's definitely stronger than I am, more capable than I am, but with that lead out, we'll see what we can do here. It is the home race, but yeah, I'm a little surprised at my selection considering how rare it's been, but like I said, maybe the Euro Championship has done a little something. Alright, 3 riders in the break. They have a minute and a half as we now have 54k to go, and there's a small hill that we're going to hit 3 more times. I think it's just a drop under a bridge kind of thing. We'll see if it is. We've been through it once, but I wasn't paying much attention. Jakobsen goes down in a crash. He's got to be one of the favorites. Here it is. There's the drop. And it's just down to the lakeside or riverside, whatever that is, and then back up, and it's really short on the way up. So yeah, it's not even under a bridge, it's just a small hill down by the waterside. We are seeing a late attempt here. Vandenberg on the attack. That's the same Vandenberg that is on my career team. We know what he is capable of with a similar profile. As we hit it again, we're going to hit this one more time. We've got 35k to go. It's too far out for the hill to make really any difference, and it's way too short to make any difference. Momentum alone brings you halfway up the hill, and then you just pedal hard for a few seconds and you're over it. And we are seeing a small split. 9 of us with 16 ahead and 22k. Can this thing hold? I doubt it. I really doubt it. But let's see what can happen. Coke's got a +5. Nold, who's been protecting me. Let's go catch that front group. We've got 2 support riders up there and a small peloton who's now caught the break. Now there's just 4 of us. Nold's got nothing left. Coke. $18.6k, but only 3 lead out riders, and then Schelling doesn't even follow orders. Click the button 6 times before it worked. That wasn't nice. Brought the peloton back together in the meantime. 101 riders, and Schelling's done. 11k. This is just not looking good for the support part. Still, I don't think Still's going to get up here, but we'll see what he can do. Already down to 8k, but also down to a single lead-out rider. Now, the only good thing here is, we are seeing the field split, which means there's a lot of guys that are actually struggling as Coke is now done. Alls has to make it 6k here, so 90 effort, I suppose. We're into the last 5 kilometers. I don't think we're the only team that's got some guys suffering. 3.4k, so Walls, let's go. Speed it up. Okay, Walls, 99. Transcend. Give me your sprint. Come on, Walls. Come on, Walls. And off he goes. He's giving it one sprinting myself. Walls did literally nothing for me. I'm not even sure that's enough to be in the top 10 here. Cohesion Walls is still in front of me. Never found a way, and then he gets in my way. Warren Skilled takes the win. Mickles, another guy from my career team, takes second. Walls gets 7th. Coige gets 8th. I get 9th. Rough. No lead out today. And then the guy who was supposed to be doing something doesn't emerge and then just blocks my lane the whole time. So he eventually gets up there, and I hardly expended any energy on the way to the finish and just couldn't find my way through. But that's okay. We got the one that counts, right? Euro. Much more important than this one. Bremer Classic, let's see what we can do with this one. It's a lot punchier, and the undulation, the constant undulation, means that we're going to play the teammate role today. 35k on the front and a 0 on the race day condition, which is actually expected. Yesterday's race was also expected. Our fitness peak is now done. So without it, we are kind of falling off on back to normalcy, back to the guy who has to ride for others, and that's fine, whatever. We'll put those kilometers in early on with hopefully minimal effort, and save ourselves for later, and see if I can't hang in there and maybe squeeze out a top 10. There's a lot of riders attacking, though. Not too many teams interested on stopping their attacks. Or am I that fast? Apparently I'm that fast. There's only 5 riders off the front. We've already got some of them blowing up and coming back. $10K in out of our 35 that we need. Not sure if I'll want to go for the bonus or not. And we'll hit that 75% and then call that good. There you go. Let's do that. So 75% of the work goal. That's enough. That's enough. We're not going to make the boss unhappy from that. They should be relatively okay. It seems like the kilometers would still be pretty easy to get right now. Yeah, running a 63, still on the front. Yeah, there you go. Okay, we got to 100%. We got to 100% with barely having to ride. There was a lot of that was downhill. That's good enough for me. And that means we can now focus on ourselves for the rest of this race. I have expended some extra energy compared to everybody else, and there's 180k still to go. It's a long race with a lot of undulation. We'll see how badly we've hurt ourselves from that, but I think we're still looking pretty good. But without team support, without somebody to protect me, that 65 mountain is going to be exposed for the next 170k, and I'm not sure I'll be around for a final grouping. Nasty weather, and we're seeing the effects of that pretty rapidly. I mean, we've already had the withdrawal of a rider, we've seen punctures, we've seen crashes. That's definitely one thing to worry about that could impact the field, that could impact me. One of the bigger climbs of the day coming up here shortly. One of the steeper climbs of the day as well, but it's not constant. Inside 150k to go now. Let's go ahead and take to the skies for now, as we are very much in cruise mode. And speaking of cruise mode, let's settle in at a 75. Looking at a 4-minute gap to the front 5 with one rider caught out in between. just knocked out a quick 20k, and there's another fall. Abramson. Alright, the simple rolling hill phase is about to leave us behind. The 3-4 biggest climbs of the day, besides the one that we were talking about a moment ago, are all happening right now. There's the first one. This one, more rolling, just longer. The next one's going to be much steeper. But with 101k to go, peloton not pushing for now. So you can see I'm starting to feel it. My maximum's coming down, and my general effort, even though, you know, it's not that bad, I'm feeling it. You can see I'm starting to drain, I'm starting to drop back a little, but, you know, my position's holding okay. But the second of those is done. A little more up-down undulation for the next little bit. There's another withdrawal. We've seen, what, 2 more crashes in the last little bit. Uchobrooks looks good. Schelling looks good. Hagita looks good. Gesner looks good. Guerrero's struggling. Haberl is about to get dropped. I'm hanging in there, but I'm not looking great. Really not. But this is the third one. Long climb, steady climb, but not a big percentage as we go over the top of that one. Right into the fourth of them. You go down, and we come back up. Steeper. 70k out, though. Still not pushing that hard, but only 2 riders left off the front. Did we just see an attempted break? Ooh, a little dirt section, but not classified as anything. Wait, I just got dropped? Did. Let's focus. 27 riders at the front. I was drifting back just a little bit. It's back together already.
Several riders are attempting to break away.
Now, I'm seemingly cruising here, even though we're supposed to be on an 80. And drifting further and further back as groups are splitting. Gabe never fails to do other than what it's supposed to, right? We had the pace, we had the tempo, we have the flat rating to maintain our position, and yet we were just chilling. And everybody else was riding hard. Back into position at the front. 129 riders here. Seeing those little attacks. About 52k to go. And definitely feeling it after that little, well, that wasn't a little section. After that big section now behind us. A lot less rolling of the hills the rest of the way, or at least less steep. Less elevation to cover. It's more rolling the rest of the way is what I was meaning to say there. Now 44k. Again, the field splits, but that is not intentional. That is, well, Trentin attacking. I thought I saw a crash there. Needing water. I'll be around to do it. Somebody eventually will. 38k. There's another attack. And here goes a lot of guys. Maybe I need to be following Roglic. I'm feeling this is a winning move. Slow to cover. I went from a bike length behind Roglic to 20 bike lengths behind Roglic. Big effort. Big effort. I'm just not built for big efforts today. Hanging in there for now. 90 riders with 1 off the front. Two by two riders are falling off the back. But with 26k to go, I'm getting down. Now 65. Now 34. And we've got 3 hills left. One's barely a bump. 21k though. Seems like a lot for what you see on the map.
It's survival of the fittest, and evolution doesn't
Again, 6 riders attacking, going off the front.
riders left behind.
So 7 in all. And that was it for my energy. I'm zapped.
There are just 15 kilometers
30 chasing 7, but I'm zapped. This next one is, like I said, hardly a hill. But the last one's going to see me get split off for sure if this one doesn't do it. Still on the hardly a hill as we finally crest it, but I'm towards the tail end, and there's a lot of riders around me that are feeling it just like I am.
finish line is getting close.
Hanging in there though.
Past the 10 kilometers roadside.
But those 6 did not get caught. They've stayed away. Getting a small amount of recovery before we hit that final climb. I'm not going to get a top 10 here, but I might hang on for a top 25, especially with this little bit of recovery we're getting. 6k.
5 kilometers to the finish line.
Already been through my gel. 5k. And here is that same climb again. And I'm in the group that's going backwards. I make it over the top without getting technically dropped. Shelling got dropped. $1.4k. There's the race up ahead. The 6 never got caught. And sprinting it out for the end. Aguilera has taken the weight ahead of Gregoire and Marois.
This difficult race.
Hershey, Jorgensen are your top 5. And then here's that big grouping. That front group hangs on. And I do miss the top 20. I do miss the top 25. Hagita Uchabrooks right there on that edge, 25th, 26th. I get 33rd on the day. The expenditure of energy early on was a factor. Absolutely a factor. I mean, you can see just how low my maximum is at the end of this lengthy day. But more so, lack of team support, right? On my own for that one. And with a 65 mountain rating, with that much undulation, it packed a punch longevity-wise. It was a lot of climbing over periods of time with, little itty-bitty recovery only. So it just added up, took its toll. You had to ride hard to keep up, and just didn't have enough in the end. That front group, you could tell they were going. That time when Roglic and that whole group was attacking, that felt like that could be a successful move, and we went to follow. We ended up being the ones that ultimately kind of pulled it back for the most part. I mean, we were the ones who got the group chasing, and I went from 1 bike length to 15 in a handful of seconds. We couldn't get up to speed, even though we have 83 acceleration. Couldn't get up to speed, and then kind of pulled the peloton back into that group and used up a lot of whatever energy I would have had for that final run. That is going to do it for this episode, though. Pretty happy that we came away with the European Championship. That's a huge win. I mean, we've only managed 22 wins in this series. This rider is just not quite built the way it needs to be built, and so much of that is every level up just does not translate to what is possible, to the potential of the rider. And the one area that we've been strong is we have the incredible acceleration, which would go with puncher, but only 76 there. Climbing, we can't grab any points. Classics have gone well, so we have flat, we have cobble, and then our sprint's unbalanced. It's only a 76. We have a puncher's profile without being a puncher. It's been rough to get kind of the right attributes to come along, and it's been kind of one bad level up after another. But we've managed to come away with the European Championship, so really happy about that. That's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe. See you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.